Black Book. Black Book is a game from the creators of Man-Ear, based on the myths and legends of the northern peoples. Black Book is a mixture of a card RPG and a classic adventure game, where the story of a young sorceress named Vasilisa, who fights to save her lost lover, is at the center of the story. With the help of the mysterious Black Book, she opposes the forces of darkness that flooded the villages and villages of Russia, trying to reveal all 7 seals of the book. Traveling around the game world, Vasilisa learns new spells and discovers new skills, fights in turn-based battles with demons, and also communicates with various characters. Also, as the game progresses, demons will more and more often fly to Vasilisa, reacting to the fact that she owns a powerful artifact. It is necessary to be more careful with demons. If the witch does not have what to do with the otherworldly guests, they will begin to torment the girl herself. Deathloop. Deathloop is an action game in which players travel to the Black Reef Island, where lawlessness reigns. Players will take part in the eternal struggle between 2 assassins with extraordinary abilities. The island is filled with a variety of locations that must be carefully explored in order to gain an advantage over your opponent in order to break the endless vicious circle of returns and resurrections. Players will experience a dynamic mix of shooter and roguelike, in which 2 heroes, Colt and Julian, confront each other in a deadly game of cat and mouse. The key feature of Deathloop is the ability to rewind time, which allows you to start over after another death and think over a plan with a greater probability of success. Deathloop can be played alone or in co-op. In the latter case, the second player takes on the role of Julian and begins the hunt for Colt.
Cold. Nice try. Enjoy the beach.
Diablo 2 Resurrected. Diablo 2 Resurrected is a re-release of Diablo 2 for modern platforms using a modern graphics engine. Resurrected offers players content from both the original game and the Lord of Destruction add-on, updated graphics and animations, the ability to switch between modern and classic gameplay, and crossplay and transfer of progress between all platforms. The second part of the series tells what happened several years after the events of the original game. The reborn Diablo, in the guise of the Dark Wanderer, marched through the lands of Sanctuary, wreaking havoc and destruction. Players, choosing one of 7 different character classes, set off in pursuit of the demon to stop him and his brothers, Mephisto and Baal. During their adventures, players will visit a variety of locations, including both high mountainous plains and deserts and abandoned ancient citadels. Dual Universe 2021. Dual Universe is a procedurally generated open-world sci-fi MMORPG. Players have access to a complete change of the game world, the creation of huge spaceships and structures. 10,000 years after a neutron star collision destroyed Earth, you and countless others awake from cryosleep in an unknown galaxy. You are settlers in this distant land, and your goal is to rebuild society in this brand new solar system. Make your mark in this new universe by playing whatever role you wish. Your role is not defined by a character class, but by the choices you make.
Interact with each other in a single, fully editable world. In this shared universe, every ship built, every city founded, and every battle waged writes a new chapter in the history of the game. In Dual Universe, you can build anything you can imagine, from simple outposts and ships to massive space stations. You can create awe-inspiring structures on your own, or unite with other players to build flourishing cities. With a well-designed spacecraft, you'll be able to explore and claim territory on any planet you can reach. The game features a real market economy where every player creation can be bought, sold, or traded. Within this economy, you can mine raw materials and develop
Ender Lilies. Quietus of the Nights. Ender Lilies. Quietus of the Nights is an action-adventure Metroidvania centered on a girl named Lily. Waking up from a dream in the depths of the catacombs of the monastery, she learns that the world was almost entirely burned out by the Reign of Death, and she had the difficult role of the savior of the land. With the help of the faithful spirits that she cleans from the curse, Lily must defeat many opponents and bosses in order to cleanse the infected lands and restore them. Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5 is the continuation of the racing series, which this time takes place in Mexico. Players will find a large open world, the ability to create their own tracks and challenges, and, of course, a wide variety of cars. Also, the fifth part offers a most detailed, recreated Mexico, in-game, smart assistant and improved graphics.
We are the future. We're not going anywhere.
Anda, sí. Oye, pregunta. Dímelo, dímelo, dímelo.
Soy rara, te lo acepto, estoy loca. Tengo mis defectos, perdida, corro de abajo arriba. Aún no sé explicar la medida. Lento, voy retrocediendo y cuento el tiempo que no vi siendo un ciego. Voy cayendo cada mañana, lo siento desde la madrugada. En el campo esto es una batalla, pero no se me acaban las balas.
I got what you want, I promise. I'm not gonna front, I promise, though, let's go. I got what they can't unlock, and I rock with you when I drop it, though, let's go. I got something they can't knock it, I got something they can't top it, though, let's go. We love it, but that's the folks. I'ma keep it 300, we extra, though, let's go.
Hitman 3. Hitman 3 is the third installment in a relaunched series about a bald assassin with a barcode on the back of his head named 47. From the very beginning, players have access to all locations from the previous two games, and it is also possible to transfer all their progress from the second part, including all items and completed contracts. The third part again offers extensive locations, sandboxes, in which the 47th must seek and eliminate his targets using a variety of methods, while simultaneously trying not to be seen by the guards. Players can either improvise and make their own plans, or trust the developers, who offer several options for solving the problem using optional tasks. Each Hitman location has its own set of tasks and missions, which does not always boil down to the banal, find and eliminate the target.
You find yourself alone. Only death awaits.
Impostor Factory. Impostor Factory is a game from the creators of To the Moon and Finding Paradise that has a very different tone from its predecessors. Impostor Factory is a mystical thriller in which players must investigate a series of brutal murders, moving through time and trying to find the necessary clues. It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a new adventure project from the authors of A Way Out and Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which tells the story of the girl Rose and her parents, Cody and May. Cody and May decide to part ways, but the girl doesn't want her parents to part. She made dolls out of clay and wood, which are similar to her parents, and at some point, the dolls suddenly came to life, giving the girl the ability to control the actions, and, more importantly, emotions of real people.
I will help you fix your relationship.
You now control Cody and May on this crazy ride.
Reach them. We're tiny.
The amount of variation is insane. There are no similar scenarios. Every scene is unique. Whatever happens in the story will be reflected in the gameplay. Let me show you some examples. When Cody and May meet a gang of squirrels in their tree, May finds out that Cody let a nest of wasps move in.
The wasps have invaded.
Now they are forced into a war between the wasps and the squirrels, using the squirrels' weaponry. Combine the sap gun and the match gun to create explosions. Or use them to weigh down objects and open new paths.
I'm getting spooked about this.
Here's another example. This level is about finding Cody and May's lost attraction. They're given pieces of a magnet as a metaphor for their attraction.
Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 is a sequel to the adventure horror, in which the main character is again a little girl named Six. In the sequel, however, she is not alone. A guy named Mono travels with her, and together these two must get to a place called the Lighthouse. Mono is a guest in a world that has been deformed by the mysterious transmission from the mysterious tower. Together with the Sixth, they explore the lighthouse, full of mysteries, threats and secrets, and together they must find a way to get out of the lighthouse, revealing its most terrible secret. Loop Hero. Loop Hero is a roguelike game in which players do not directly influence the gameplay itself. Instead, players should use a special deck of cards to place elements of the landscape, buildings and opponents on the playing field, so that with each circle of the hero, his adventures become more interesting and difficult. In battles, heroes can get trophies that make them stronger, and strong heroes, in turn, can conquer those locations that, without good equipment, would be too tough for them. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is a third-person, story-driven game that tells the story of a superhero team called Guardians of the Galaxy. The game is in no way related to films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and offers a completely new look at familiar characters. The events of the game take place several years after a large-scale galactic war. The whole universe is gradually coming to life, and the Guardians are trying to make money by earning money as heroes for hire. During the execution of one of the contracts, something happens, after which events begin that can lead to a global catastrophe. From her, the Guardians will need to protect the galaxy.
Наконец! Достойный враг!
Gamora!
Легкотня.
Квилл, а есть план В?
Мы справимся!
Men of War 2. Arena. Men of War 2. Arena, Soldiers. Arena is a multiplayer tactical strategy continuing the work of the Behind Enemy Lines series. Players are transported to the battlefields of the Second World War, where they will fight with each other or with computer opponents. In addition to the strategic mode, the game also provides for direct control of units, which turns the game into a tactical action, allowing you to control them from both the first and third-person view. Players will find a harsh and most realistic game in which the developers consulted with the real performance characteristics of equipment and weapons. Thanks to this, there are more than 200 unique units in Soldiers Arena, each of which is designed for some specific action, be it reconnaissance, assault or artillery preparation. Also in the game there is the destructibility of the environment and the construction of fortifications. Orange Cast. You are one of the best Space Special Forces soldiers. Warrior and protector of humanity. Embark on a heroic and dangerous adventure among the stars. Explore planets, defend colonies and be the first to meet the unknown on the far reaches of our galaxy. Protect humanity. Fast, tough and fun fights. Fight many different opponents, defeat invincible bosses and take into battle only the most advanced weapons you can find. Enjoy the views. The beauty of the universe is waiting for you. Beautiful and deep music, grandiose views of space, the mystery of alien worlds and the romance of space travel. Outriders. Outriders is an action-adventure shooter from the creators of Bulletstorm that tells the story of the people of Inuk. Players are assigned the role of pathfinders, who are sent from a human colony called the First City Inland in search of a mysterious signal. Players will have to explore Inuk, fight various monsters that inhabit it, and all this in a cooperative for 1 to 3 people. Players will find 4 unique character classes, fast and brutal firefights, complemented by role-playing elements, as well as a huge variety of weapons and equipment, with which you can customize your character as you like.
Mankind might be on the back foot, but we push forward. We don't hide. We don't run. We are Outriders.
The Last Night. The Last Night is a 2.5D indie adventure game set in a dark, post-apocalyptic world. The game focuses on the plot, and looks insanely stylish thanks to the work of the artists. With the game The Last Night, you will immerse yourself in the daily life of Charlie, from the lower strata of society. Charlie lives in a city where cybernetic enhancements are ubiquitous, and the life of the townspeople is one continuous game. True, due to childhood trauma, all this is inaccessible to our hero. The world around him seems meaningless to Charlie and causes only indifference and disappointment, but suddenly the opportunity to take matters into his own hands turns up. The Riftbreaker. The Riftbreaker is an action-adventure game in which players play the role of Ashley Novak, the captain of the Riftbreakers, explorers of distant planets. The heroine got through a one-way portal to the distant planet Galatea 37, and there she has to build a base, set up a two-way portal and start the process of colonization. This can be done by exploring the planet with the mech suit nicknamed Mr. Riggs. Players will have to explore a new world, find resources to build a base and do everything possible to survive and begin the process of colonization.
We should build up our base as quickly as possible.
Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit.
Crafting complete. Base is under attack.
We're ready for them.
Use the rift portal to jump to the mighty base. Rift jump successful. I can sense the ground shaking. I estimate a few thousand creatures running at our base. Prepare yourself, Ashley.
This will be a tough fight.